Genius model was developed by Patrick Lencioni. He's a leadership and organizational health expert, the leader of the company called The Table Group. You probably are familiar with some of his work. He has a book called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, and also those 5 behaviors that we need to do to build functional teams. Well, his recent model, the Working Genius, looks at how work gets done from start to finish and identifies 6 different types of work. We're going to be going through each of these here in a second, but all of these types of work sit within 3 stages of work. The first stage is the ideation stage. That's where work starts. The second stage, we get things going, and this is the activation stage. And finally, we get it done by implementing, and that's why it's the implementation stage. Each stage served by 2 types of work, 2 geniuses, and we each have 2 geniuses that can fall anywhere along this continuum. Well, let's now look at each type of work. So the first genius is the genius of wonder, and this is where all work originates. This is about pondering that opportunity for greater potential, asking the big questions about why are things the way they are? Why aren't they different? Are we doing the most that we can be doing here? Are we serving into our full potential, right? The genius of wonder is often what we rely on to identify the issues that we need to address or those opportunities that we want to capitalize on. Next comes the genius of invention. And this genius is all about capitalizing on those opportunities that wonder identified, or maybe inventing the solutions to address the problems or issues that have been raised. These 2 geniuses, wonder and invention, sit within that ideation stage or that first stage of work. The third genius is the genius of discernment. And this is the first genius within that second stage of work, the activation stage. Discernment is about figuring out, for the solutions that are offered through invention, which ones are workable, which ones are we actually going to implement, right? Which ideas and solutions are the best approach? So discernment helps us to figure that out. Discernment also helps us to identify potential obstacles that we might face along implementing the work, and how do we address those? How do we overcome those obstacles? The fourth genius is the genius of galvanizing. For this genius, it's about getting the team members to see what's really at stake here, getting them to buy into the idea and the solution that we're going to be implementing, right? So drumming up that momentum and excitement around that idea and solution. Next, we move into the implementation stage. And the first genius in the implementation stage is the genius of enablement. For this genius, it is about helping team members to feel empowered by developing and learning the skills that they need in order to get the work done, right? So in other words, supporting people the way that they need to be supported to get the work done. And the final stage here, or the final work that we do in this implementation stage, is the genius of tenacity. And this is all about actually getting the work done and getting it done to at least the standard expected, if not a higher standard. We need all 6 geniuses from start to finish, from wonder to tenacity, in order to get work done.